Dear friends, welcome to Glimpses of World History by the legendary architect of modern India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru.
Thus, there was a kind of democracy in the Aryan settlements. That is to say, the Aryan inhabitants could to some extent control the government. Compare these Indo-Aryans to the Aryan Greeks. There were many differences, and yet there were many points in common. There was some kind of democracy in both places. But let us always remember that this democracy was more or less confined to the Aryans themselves. Their slaves, or those whom they placed in low castes, had no democracy or freedom. The caste system, with its innumerable divisions as we know it, did not exist then. In those days, there were among the Indian Aryans 4 divisions of society, or 4 castes. These were the Brahmins or learned men, priests, sages, the Kshatriyas or rulers, Vaishyas or merchants, and the men engaged in commerce, and Shudras or the laborers and workers. These divisions were thus based on occupation. It is possible that the caste system was partly based on the desire of the Aryans to keep themselves aloof from the conquered race. The Aryans were sufficiently proud and conceited to look down upon all other races, and they did not want their people to get mixed up with them. The very word for caste in Sanskrit is varna or color. This also shows that the Aryans who came were fairer in complexion than the original inhabitants of India. Thus we have to bear in mind that on the one side, the Aryans kept down the working class and did not allow it any share in their democracy. On the other, they had a great deal of freedom among themselves. They would not allow their kings or rulers to misbehave, and if any ruler misbehaved, he was removed. The kings were usually Kshatriyas, but sometimes during wars and times of difficulty, even a Shudra or a member of the lowest class could win a throne if he were able enough. In later days, the Aryans degenerated and their caste system became rigid. Too many divisions made the country weak, and it fell. They also forgot their old idea of freedom. For in the old days it was said that never shall an Aryan be made a slave, and that for him death was preferable to dishonor of the Aryan name.